So, today something pretty cool happened. At least I think it's cool. I don't know if anybody else is going to think that way, but it's my video. So, I think it's cool, so I'm going to document it. And let's face it, not too many cool things happen in my life nowadays. So, I'm going to embrace it. Anyways, so as you can see, my apartment is still like this. Still boxes, stuff everywhere. I still don't know, like if they are going to be ripping up my kitchen floor again. I have no idea when a lot of this stuff's going to happen. So I had a meeting with my attorney, Lauren, from Legal Aid today, and I was supposed to be there at 2:30. And I had emailed her earlier in the day to say, yes, 100%, I can be there at 2:30, because I wasn't sure if I had anything else I had to do. And as it got closer to, like, when I was going to have to start getting around and everything like that, like, my mind just started, like, racing. And I started thinking about how angry I am about this apartment thing, how scared I am financially, I mean, you name it, and I thought about it. Everything from my therapist, to missing my kid, to wishing I could turn back time and never have broken my foot 3.5 years ago. I mean, my mind was just racing. And I knew I was, like, gonna have a panic attack. Because I was starting to feel, like, dizzy. And, just not feeling good at all. Kind of feeling like somebody who weighs maybe 400 pounds is just sitting, like, right on my chest. Like, I can't breathe. And normally, I try to do things that, are going to help calm me down. I take my medication, Xanax. I try and listen to music or watch certain things that'll make me laugh, or even just listening to stuff. But I just kept thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late, because ever since I was a kid, it's always been instilled in me, like, and it's not a bad thing. You always need to be on time. Like, it's not okay to be late. So, anytime I'm going to be late, that causes me anxiety. And unfortunately, it's caused me to miss a lot of appointments. Because, when you have appointments with doctors, specialists, physical therapists, even a regular therapist, psychiatrist, most attorneys, like, you have maybe a 15-minute time window. And if you can't make it in that 15-minute time frame, you're pretty much screwed. Now, physical therapy has worked a lot with me. A lot. They don't always know it's anxiety, but they do. If I say I'm going to be late, they're usually fine with it. But anyways, so I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late, because I've got to meet Lauren. I told her I was going to be there at 2:30, and I was having so much anxiety, I couldn't even call, because that's usually what happens. Like, when I start to have a panic attack, I can't talk, which is the reason why, like, a lot of the times I don't answer my phone, because I have such a high anxiety. But I was able to calm myself down enough to send her a quick email to just say, Lauren, I'm having some anxiety. I'm probably going to be, maybe 20 minutes late. I just need a little bit of time to be able to calm down, and then I'll be able to drive, but I am hurrying. And I got an email back from her, and she's worked with me long enough, and it really hasn't been that long. It's really only been about 4.5 months. And that's with her, she took a break and went to a different law firm for, I think, almost 2 months. At least a month. But she's gotten to know me well enough, I think, to realize that, like, when I'm having anxiety, I'm not going to talk over the phone. So she emailed me back and she said, that's fine. Don't worry about rushing. As long as you get here by, 3:30, everything's going to be fine. If not, we'll worry about it another day. You matter. Worry about you. I'll see you if you can get here in time. And that right there made all the difference in the world, knowing that, like, it was going to be okay if I was late. And just having that reaffirm that, like, it was okay to be late. For some reason, that helped so much with my anxiety. I was able to get myself around, I got Paisley around, and we were there by 3 o'clock, so we were only a half an hour late. And I felt horrible when we got there, because I don't ever want to be late, especially not to an attorney's office that's helping you, that's not asking for a dime, because with legal aid, they don't get paid. I mean, they do by the state, but I mean, it doesn't come from me. And so I apologized, and she kept saying, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. You're more important. We could have always done this another day. And then when, we got into her office, I was there probably about 2 hours, and we had to deal with some issues with the apartment and everything like that. Although still nothing is finalized yet. But there were points where I started to get anxious, and that was okay. Like, she kept saying, like, we can either talk about this at a different time, or you can take a few minutes and, just try and compose yourself. If not, we'll worry about it later. And that, again, in itself, like, made all the difference in the world, because there wasn't that pressure that I always feel like whenever I go to appointments, I feel like I have to answer everything 100% right, and I have to be perfect, and it's impossible to be perfect. Possible, but I try. Oh, sorry.